How's it going, guys? Today I want to talk about some things that I want to do different in 2023. Let's go.
Subscribe now.
So first, I want to say from the bottom of my heart to 2022. 2022 was one of the hardest years that I've had in my life. And sometimes you go through periods like that where you wish things were different, you wish things were easier, but in reality, they're just hard. At the end of it though, I gotta say, I've learned so much. I feel like I've grown so much, and I feel like I have a lot more clarity going into 2023. So I wanna talk about some of the things that I'm gonna change in my life, based not only in the last year, but just really thinking through where I need to head in my life. The first thing is that in 2023, I want to give less. Now, I think for a lot of people that know me, I've always been a guy that loves to give, and people as a result, especially where I live here, often have come to me to give. So I think that one of the challenges for me living where I do is that the more I would give, the more people would take, and they would expect for me to keep giving. And I gotta be honest, that's left me feeling empty, depleted, a little bit used, and a little bit like people look at me like an ATM machine. So my intentions were really from my heart to give, to make a difference in people's life. And there's a lot of things that I'm really proud of that we've done, helping people rebuild a house that was burned down from a fire, giving away a lot of chanillas, sandals, as they're called over here, to people in need, a ton of free meals, and so much more behind the scenes with people that were just really in need. Now, there's some things that are still really on my heart that I am going to give to. I think of some students that just really need help to be able to make it through expenses for high school and different things like that that will stay on my heart. But as a whole, I've really promised myself that if somebody comes to me asking for money or a loan, that I'm gonna say, nope, not this year. And a lot of people will probably say, come on, aren't you kind of going backwards in your life? Isn't it good to be a person that is more giving, not a person that is less giving? I think that's a really fair question and something that I've had to really think through myself. Am I just having kind of a knee-jerk reaction, based on, I won't say a few bad actors more than a few, and I think really not. I think that there comes a time in life where, at least for a time, you need to have some more boundaries, you need to recenter and focus on yourself to build yourself up. I always think of, when you're on a plane and they go through the spiel that most people don't listen to about, safety precautions for the flight, that they will tell parents, if something happens where you need to put on an oxygen mask, first put it on yourself and then put it on your little one, because if you're passed out, you're not going to do your little one any good. So I'm kind of at that point in my life after a pretty tough year where I really need to put on my own oxygen mask, take care of myself, and really just choose to give, not every time somebody asks me, but really choose to give where I just really feel it's on my heart to give, not as a loan, but as just something that I really choose to do. So those come to me asking for help, the answer will almost always be no, but that doesn't mean I still won't choose to give where it's really on my heart to do so. Second thing that I want to do this year is to turn my schedule upside down. Let me tell you a little bit what my days have looked like typically. Roll out of bed, look at my phone, I'll see what clients said or what employees said, or pretty much whatever people need for me to help out with, and that will just run my day from there. It'll be very late at night. I would have worked 16 hours so many days last year and felt like I didn't really get much done. I got a lot of kind of urgent things done, but I didn't really accomplish much, if you know what I mean. So this year, instead of doing that, what I want to do is roll out of bed, spend no more than 15 minutes responding to messages from clients or things that are urgent from employees. Of course, we still have to look after our clients and employees, but after that quick 15 minutes of responding, I'm going to spend up until lunchtime focused on ideas in my mind, especially new business ideas or ideas within existing business. I want to research those as much as I need to, and then I want to create systems so other people can take those ideas and know how to put them in action. So that's going to be the first part of my day where my mind is most fresh, where I have the most thinking power, the most energy, most clear thought, and I'm going to put that into really accomplishing the things that I should be as a CEO, of how can I breathe more life into my existing companies, and how can I at times breathe life into either side hustles or new business ideas, and let that be my priority. I think that depending on what your job is or what your focus is, your schedule will be different to what it will look like than mine. But as a CEO, this is really what I need to make my first priority before anything else. Second thing I'm going to do during my day is finish up those ideas, most important work things, and then take my rear to the gym and start focusing on myself. In the last 3 years living in the Philippines, I have gained about 70 pounds. Here's a few photos of what I look like before I moved here, and this is what I look like now. And a big part of that is I spent so much time just really putting out fires, responding to urgent messages, whatever it was that everybody else needed, and I kind of lost myself along the way. So my second priority will be focused on myself, going to the gym, and then after that, I will do what I used to do, which is respond to things that are needed from clients or employees or personal things, running errands. I'll do all those things in the final part of my day because, of course, I need to get those things done as well. But I don't need as much mental and physical energy to make those things happen. So I'm really excited about this schedule and this change. I think it's going to make a huge difference in my life, and I think that my companies and those around me are going to really benefit from those changes as well. Third thing I'm going to do this year that I'm also very excited about is I'm going to do more internal business projects. So what do I mean by that? For the last 14 years, since I've had Purple Cow, it's a digital marketing agency in Silicon Valley in California, and the last 4 years, it's been a business process outsource company here in the Philippines. We've put pretty much 95%, 96, sometimes 100% of our energy into our clients' businesses and have really sought to help other people's businesses to accomplish their goals, and we won't stop that. However, I want to, by the end of 2023, have 50% of the projects that we work at Purple Cow be focused on internal business ideas that are really a lot of ideas that I've had for a long time that I want to use my own team to work on for my own businesses, and some business projects that I've really wanted to get off the ground. I've had a number of people that are interested in partnering together on different ideas, and so I definitely want to be able to use some of those resources to putting towards partners as well. One of the things that's been really wonderful about this YouTube channel is I've had people reach out at times and say, hey, would you be interested in partnering in this business idea or that? So it'll give me a lot more resources to do that as well. And I think as a result, I will really be able to grow what I do so much more. We already have a great team here at Purple Cow, and so it only makes sense to put some of those resources towards what I want to do myself with business ideas, and of course still have everything running full speed ahead for all of our clients. But you know, we could treat my own business ideas or business ideas with partners as simply clients for Purple Cow. So excited to give you updates on what this looks like as time goes on in 2023. fourth thing I want to do in 2023 is be less trusting. Be less trusting. It's a little bit painful to have to say that, but the reality is that time and time again, people have proven themselves not trustworthy. You know, I talked about the money issue. Often people have borrowed money or have loaned money, but borrow or loan has really just been a synonym for take and not give back. And as a result, I think that with these type of things, I really need to look at how much of a trusting person that I've been. For me, I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. I always want to trust unless someone gives me a reason not to. But that strategy really hasn't worked out very well for me. And I really need to take a bit more time, not to not trust people, but to really take some time to observe character and trustworthiness, reliability, and other things like that before I just really embrace somebody right from the outset. So I think when it comes to things like giving or trusting, my heart's in the right place, but just the reality is I need to be a bit more cautious than I've been in the past. And the fifth and final thing that I plan to do in 2023 is spend more time alone. When I lived in California, I used to just really love going on long drives, at times along the coastline or exploring a new area. I was an amateur photographer, so I loved just kind of getting out in the middle of nowhere and, shooting wildlife or nature. And I also used to love going hiking. Northern California is just an incredible place with so many beautiful mountains and, trails to go hiking on. And part of my week every week in California was spent alone, and it just gave me time to think and recharge my batteries and, really just kind of get myself a bit, refocused. And when I moved to the Philippines, it was really different. I found myself in a pandemic where it was pretty strict over here at first. I could only, leave our place once every 7 to 10 days for a long time. People at times told me, as a foreigner, it's not necessarily a great idea to go hiking by yourself. Driving here is stressful, so I definitely don't go driving, here to explore places. And so a lot of the things that I used to do before, I just haven't been able to do since I've been here. And so I really want to focus on new ways of spending a bit more time alone to just be able to think and reflect and recharge my batteries. So this has been an interesting exercise for me to really think through how I will do 2023 a little bit different. I know that some of these things may seem a little bit negative, but for me, sometimes you have to take a step backwards with certain things or really just add more boundaries to be able to have a healthy way forward. So for me, it's not negative, but a positive way to protect myself and also to be able to recharge my batteries and grow, to accomplish more with a change of schedule. And for you guys, I'd love to hear what are your thoughts on these changes in my life. You think I'm going overboard? You think I'm going in a wrong direction? Does it make sense? And what about you? What are some things that you see yourself doing different for 2023? I'd love to know as well. Thank you guys for being along with me on this YouTube journey. If you haven't subscribed already, I would love your support. And as always, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch. Take care.
Oh, I think you're so